come and mark stuff and that, and I was marking it. When I say my standard was up here, I was marking really low. Say no, that should be a 2-1, or that should be a first. You know.
Yeah.
But now you know it's just adjusting your standards, or accepting that my own standards are not the norm.
Right. How does that feel?
Disappointing, I think.
Who are you disappointed in?
Not me, everybody else.
Yeah.
For once, it's not me. I just think, well, yeah.
Yeah. So do you, judges are really, it's loaded, isn't it? The word judge is loaded. Do you kind of categorise other people according to their levels of perfectionism or standards?
Yeah, I do a bit, really.
Yeah.
And judge is harsh, I don't think I do, but I think I would just say, if I was talking about X, I would say, well, X has different standards than me. And if I'm being honest, maybe this does come with age, it doesn't bother me if it doesn't impact on me.
Yes.
Where it does bother me is if it's, you know, like when I used to have a team, that was very frustrating.
Yeah.
And it was also very frustrating, although my manager did it to me, even though he said, oh, well, you know, you don't, even with students, you see, if you've got it right, because everybody's got a different style, and because it's not your style, doesn't mean to say it's wrong. So, but I did find if people were getting things wrong, certainly at junior levels of staff, I found that quite frustrating. But again, look, being in education now, I don't know whether that's the result of the education system or of them themselves looking back, but at the time I found it quite frustrating that, you know, and like, for example, a member of my team, in fact, he fell on his sword in the end because it was a complaints about him. And I felt that, even though it was nothing to do with me, because it was his own case, and he was quite happy to come and ask me about it, I did feel that, you know, I ended up with the case and I made the best of a bad job, really, because you know, the groundwork had been set. And so I do find, but I think other people's failures, if that's the right way of failing, sometimes can have an impact if it's closely linked with my own.
Yeah. Do you ever see, just on the other side of the coin, do you ever see people and think, oh, give yourself a break? Do you ever see people whose standards are so far above yours that you actually can spot that that's going to cause problems in them, or does that just typically not really happen?
There is somebody that, for example, I do know like a work colleague now who works part-time like me but will do it extra, and I think I've decided now I'm going to try not to do that, but you can't always not do that. And I just think, oh gosh, you know, have you got no life, or they've just, you know, I think that could potentially cause problems.
Well, it's a difficult scenario to be in, isn't it? Because if you're always striving to do your best, there's never enough time, is there? So ultimately you could run yourself into the ground.
I had shingles quite a few times.
Really? Cause is that brought on by stress?
Well, I don't have the first time, and I've been back since. Well, I did go back since. The doctor said, well, once you've had it, basically, when you get run down with stress, it just comes back.
Right. Gosh, it's in lots of respects. I'm hearing, not just from you but from other people, that it's something
physical effect.
It does have a physical effect, but it's relentless. And so, do you think it's something you can change?
I think it's something I'm trying to change now. But although I'm not doing 3 days at work, I'm doing the other things. I was president of Lawyers in Local Government as well, which I'm still on the. They have a board and still an advice to the board on that. It's only 4 times a year, but I think learning to let go is really difficult. Really difficult. So even though I say to you I'm working 3 days a week now, I don't really. I'm doing because of the other things that I'm doing. It's So, but I think what I do struggle with is retirement. Will I ever get to a point where I say, well, actually now I don't know.
Well, that's interesting. What would stop you? What do you think is going to stop you? Because ultimately,
I just think I'm going to be bored, or I don't know. I don't know. A friend's parents are both it's a set mother and a dad. The dad's 82. He's still got his own business going, but that might be for financial reasons. But he's still. So part of me thinks, well, you've got to have something to keep you going, rather than just vegetate. And maybe because of, I don't know, maybe I think that should be something structured. That's what to see the judge think. I'd have gone for that. You see, it's like 15 sittings a year, so that would be quite nifty to do. Not that demanding.
No,
if you kept it part time, obviously full time, and there's an age limit anyway, so you have to stop at whatever age it is. I can't remember what it is now,
but there's a kudos with that too. There's a level of attainment. If you've got to that level, that's pretty much, I mean, that's.
But again, you see, I do myself down on that because I didn't get to an interview for a judge, but it was the old system where you had to go and sit an exam, believe it or not. And I remember going when it was snowing, I got to the interview, again, crap interview. So in my mind now, I just think if I ever got us that far again. But also the test now is online, and although I do IT, I'm not a touch typist, and the test is timed out. And since he changed it, I'm not doing it for a couple of years. Because since he changed it, trying to assimilate that information and type something that's, with
a time limit.
The time limit, yeah.
Lord.
But the actually written exam was a time limit. But I just feel that most school obviously has brought up on written exam. That's probably what it is. So I just managed to get through the test that time. So all the time I'm putting these obstacles in my way. So I've got a lot of negative thinking. I'm talking about myself. I'm thinking about what I'm saying to you. I'm thinking I've obviously got a lot of negative thinking.
But if you spot it, you can. You've got a chance of unraveling it, haven't you? Definitely. I'm just going to check and just see if there's anything that we've not covered, because we've covered a lot of material there. Sorry, I've gobbled a bit. Absolutely not at all, honestly. I hesitate to say it, but perfect. I shouldn't say that. We recommend to get a section. I'm joking. We used to do without actually as well on the. Oh, did you? Quite an interesting job, really, but it's the story. No, I can imagine it was. But I can imagine it was a terrible authority. The actual job I did love because I had such a variety. Yeah. Okay. I think we've covered everything. So the only thing really for me to ask you is there anything else that we've not covered that you would like to cover, or that is sprung into your mind as obvious on perfectionism that I've not touched on? I don't think so, to be honest. I don't think so. I'm not sure what the expectations were really, to be honest with you. So, I guess actually one thing that's just popped into my mind, if you don't mind, is the sort of students that you're seeing coming through now. You're seeing law students being prepared for future lawyers. Do you see perfectionism as a problem for that cohort, or do you is it different from when perhaps you did your legal studies? I think the profession's different now, and I don't know whether I suppose in a sense what has disappointed me, bearing in mind I'm very new to education, is the fact they don't want to attend. And to me education was a gift, because I couldn't have it. Once I got on part-time courses, I worked my socks off and attended everything, 2 nights a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, for here 2 nights a week, for the conversion course to law. In fact, the business studies degree I did originally was 2 nights a week as well. So I just find that hard to believe in the context of what they're paying for it as well, or parents are paying for it, or it's on the a loan or whatever it is these days. So and also I suppose maybe the impact of IT technology may have an impact on their actual jobs. I personally, now thinking about the question you've asked me, I think they might come unstuck because that technology will take out the more routine aspect. So to me, perfectionism is aligned to the expertise. So I think that many will struggle if they do go into but then again, I don't know where. I know we've got a really good employability rate from the university as a whole, so I don't know what sort of practice the students will go into, but I think it's sort of like an old-fashioned-ish still exists. If it still exists practice, it may be okay, but if they get into something that's more upfront with new technology and out there with horizon scanning and where the profession's going, I suspect they might struggle really. That'd be interesting to see how that
it
pans out.
It will actually.
Longer term.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah. Well, unless you've
No, nothing. Thank you very much.
else?
I enjoyed that. Thank you so much.
I'll just call this. Let me work out how to do these because they're not mine. Stop. Yep.